We are at a point now where $2,900 to $3,000 gold seems like a bargain, with gold now resting right around $3,200 an ounce. Now we need to find out what's driving the price and how you can take advantage of the record price. Let's discuss it as we explore. Yes, there are opportunities out there even when prices go up. I'm going to give you a couple examples of how I was able to take advantage of these high prices with precisely timed purchases. And by the way, I'm not the master of that type of thing. Really, it's just a matter of happenstance, essentially, that this occurred. But first, let's discuss a little bit what's happening here. Gold, by the time you see this video, gold will probably be $3,200 an ounce. It is literally $18 away from that as I record this video. So it's going to get there very soon. And why is this happening? Well, it's about the trade war between China and the United States. And there's other metrics that play a role in gold's price going up, including central banks continuing to accumulate gold at a record pace. It's one of the biggest things. Bond yields and other factors play a role. But what's going on in China, especially with the effect on their economy, is really what's moving the price. I believe now, as there is a piece here that has been given to us from Australia that has some insight here from Discovery Alert. Chinese investors have exhibited unprecedented enthusiasm for gold exchange-traded funds amid escalating trade tensions between the United States and China, with every day bringing even higher reciprocal tariffs between the two nations. It represents a significant shift in investment strategy as market participants seek safe havens during uncertain economic times. No question about that. In fact, one of the ways that I think it's good to be able to accumulate gold is to buy small, buy tiny, at lower premiums as the price goes up. My friends at Summit Metals, well, they have this little wallet that you can fill up with these little gram bars. And indeed, I have now added my fourth to this acquisition here, having 4 of these gram bars in my little card here. I'm now a grandfather, yes indeed, 4 grams there. Hopefully we'll get up to 12 before it's all said and done. So check them out. Now there's little higher premiums when you buy the gram size, but they are attractive ways to be able to store gold so you don't lose it in this little wallet here. Summit Metals. Elevate your wealth with Summit Metals. Now I'm going to also tell you other situations that I was able to take advantage of later in the video, so stay tuned for that. So here you can see some gold that I bought when price was a lot lower. Many of these things I would not be able to afford today, that's for sure. Now, this record-breaking influx of capital into gold-backed securities highlights the growing concerns about global economic stability and reflects the traditional role of precious metals as stores of value during periods of geopolitical turbulence. And we know that the Chinese people like to hold it in physical form, such as you see here. But what about these ETFs? I thought this was surprising when I found this out. Chinese investors poured an astonishing 7.6 billion yuan, which is about $1 billion US, into 4 major onshore gold ETFs in a single week, marking the largest weekly inflow in the history of China's gold ETF market. This is big news, folks. This is why I'm pretty confident that we're going to see $3,200 gold probably within hours, if not a few days from now, if it hasn't already hit there by the time you see this video. So this investment tsunami followed shortly after Donald Trump announced steep new tariffs on Chinese imports, triggering widespread market volatility and investor anxiety. The Yuan Yifi Gold ETF emerged as a primary beneficiary of this capital movement, capturing approximately 40% of total inflows as investors rushed to position themselves defensively. The momentum behind the gold investment didn't fade after the initial surge. Trading volumes remained elevated into the following week, with daily turnover exceeding 5 times the 3-month average. This sustained interest indicates that investors view the current trade tensions not as a temporary disruption, but as a potential long-term economic challenge requiring portfolio positioning. So in other words, we may see these high prices for gold for quite a while. And I think, in a sense, I had a gut feeling that would be the case, which is why I made some strategic moves within the last week or so into gold. And part of me, I did kind of stretch myself a little bit and to do so, but I'm okay. But you have to really weigh your financial situation before you make such moves, and especially if opportunity arises. Sometimes if there's good opportunity, you can find a really good deal, you can get yourself financially strapped, and you do not want to do that. You want to be able to have contingency there. So I kind of skirted that line a little bit, and I'll discuss that in a moment. But, the trade war escalation is a primary catalyst for these prices going up. And it doesn't look like it's going to resolve itself anytime soon. But you never know. You never know. There could be a dramatic turn to the opposite direction. And that means that some people may end up selling if everything just goes back to normal. But it's going to take some of this saber rattling or, a pumping of the chest between Xi and Trump. And so that is something that we gotta weigh in as far as ego and the like, and what's good for the United States and what's good for China between the two nations. We'll see how this plays out. And when you look at this, this is an unprecedented level of institutional interest in gold. And this is something that we've not seen before. So this is why this is such a big deal right now. So, and in this story I'm giving to you, and especially when I showed my little wallet here with the grams from Summit Metals, is that people can get into gold at even this entry level point. It is possible. It can happen. And so I would encourage you to think about, if you don't have any gold, to think small in terms of gold to get in. But of course, with your own level of understanding, with the premiums and everything else, it seems like as the price goes up, premiums do scale back somewhat, but it just depends on how much demand there is for the metal. Now, I was able to take advantage of this in several different factors. I went and saw another dealer who I don't usually deal with in the world of, and this is a local dealer, and I'm going to show you exactly what he had that he didn't want. And I was kind of shocked and surprised when I heard the price of it, because this guy sells classic coins. So when I saw this in his case, I was really surprised. Let me just move some of this stuff out of the way so that I can show you exactly what this is, because this really was something that was quite extraordinary that I didn't think would show up at his location here. So here we go. That's right. It is the half-ounce Walking Liberty Centennial Gold coin from 2016, complete with all of the packaging. Now, I'm going to remove this from the packaging and show you the coin itself. And for those of you who have not seen this, I actually covered this series extensively on the channel back when it first came out, and because it was really exciting that it was something that was offered from the United States Mint. This is a gold version of the half dollar to represent the centennial of the three coins, the Walking Liberty half dollar, the Standing Liberty quarter, and the Mercury dime, in gold versions. And that is half ounce, quarter ounce, and 10th ounce respectively. And this is the half ounce version. These things, in a rare situation, have commanded quite a premium on the secondary market, especially the dime, but the half dollar too. I've looked on eBay, completed listings, have not found any of these below $1,700, or very few of them, unless you go back before spot gold went crazy. And so I was able to, he had this thing for sale, and was originally asking about $1,650 for it. I said, well, there's anything to do better. I said, well, I really don't want to have this because I don't deal with these type of coins. So he sold it to me for just under spot price in the end at the time. So that was $1,525 is what I paid for it. That was just a week ago. And so getting something like this right around spot price, where now it's way under spot price for something that does have some numismatic value, is something that you're going to start to see, I think, more and more. some of this type of gold, the numismatic value is being swallowed up by the spot price of gold, where dealers are able to profit on it. And certainly this dealer was able to profit on it easily, and I could get it for under spot, because I don't think gold is going to go much lower than where it is now, at least for some time, until we see some sort of normalcy start to take place again. And I think that's going to take some time too. So I think gold's going to be high for a while. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I have one made of glass, and I'll show it to you sometime. But I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. So that's acquisition number one. Acquisition number two is this gold coin, where just days ago, when the spot price was trading just under $2,900, about $2,980 or something like that, this particular seller, local coin shop, sold this to me for $3,050. But I put it on a layaway, and when the spot price was going up 100 and some odd dollars a day to where it is, at this point in time, this thing was going under spot, and they needed to get rid of it quick because the wholesale market it's going crazy. And they said, hey, if you want to get this thing, you better get it quick, because it's going to be more attractive to me to sell it back to a wholesaler for more than what I could sell it to you for. And so, therefore, I was able to pick this thing up. Thankfully, I'm a fairly regular customer there, so I was able to get this thing for under spot price, considerably under spot. And this, you don't see this too often. A regular bullion grade angel, Isle of Man angel here, 1 ounce from the Isle of Man, or maybe some people might call it the Isle of Dude. Yes, indeed, the Dude abides with this 1 ounce bullion piece from 1985. I think this is Pobjoy Mint, 1 ounce fine gold there, and so pleased to add something a little different to the stack there in this particular gold coin. And so there it is, the 1 ounce fine gold angel. And I'm not sure what the composition of this is. I believe it might be 90% because it looks awful close in color to this. But of course, you can't go by color these days, as I described in a previous video. But it does look like it is a little bit more of a red hue to it. So there you have it. So those are the acquisitions accumulated here in recent days to take advantage, and you can too. You just have to look out for the deals. You might be surprised on how many dealers may sell you gold for under spot. It doesn't hurt to ask, because they might be able to get a whole lot more from you paying under spot, a little bit under spot, than they would from their wholesaler. So let me know what your thoughts are about this video and about the gold market and about gold reaching that crazy price of $3,200 an ounce. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and by the way, watching the markets right now, it's $10 away from $3,200 right now. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Trying to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. Thank you.